Lights, camera, action, everybody. Welcome back to the Broken Dice Podcast. I am your director for this evening, Chris, and I'd like to welcome you all to the Broken Dice Podcast presents Don't Touch That Dial. Today, I'm taking control back from Adam for our little monster hunting stint. We will be returning to our lovable cast of tamers and rogues and the like sometime in the near future. But we've been in a little bit of a horror mood as of late, and as the, I think, group's #1 horror aficionado, I've graciously volunteered to run them through a game I've been waiting to show people for quite some time. The name of this game is They Came from Camp Murder Lake. It's an offshoot of the game They Came from Beyond the Grave and They Came from Beneath the Sea. And it is the quintessential B-movie slasher RPG, where your favorite cast members are going to be torn to giblets over a movie-length runtime of shenanigans. But before we go any further, let me go ahead and allow my beloved expendable cast to introduce themselves.
Hi everybody, it's Vanessa. I'll be playing Juniper, the nerd.
Hi everyone, this is Steph. I'll be playing as Mila. I am the innocent.
Hello, I'm Alex, and I'll be playing Rocket Roxy, and she's playing as the jock.
Hey, I am Malik, and I will be playing Voodoo Vince as the wild child.
Hey, I'm Adam. I'm playing the Joker named Wiz.
I love it. I'm going to give a quick background on They Came from Camp Murder Lake, so our audience has a brief understanding of what they're going to be seeing. So this game uses a dice pool in order to succeed in rolls, as opposed to something like Dungeons & Dragons, which only has the 1d20. Our beloved cast is going to be combining their skills and attributes that their characters are good or not so good at, and trying to get an 8, 9, or 10 as a success. 10s count as 2 successes as well. They're going to pit these successes against the difficulties and complications that being chased by a slasher movie villain may present them. And if they succeed, well, they'll live to see another sunrise. If they don't, they're going to end up on more than the cutting room floor, to say the least. But I think without further ado, we can go ahead and roll camera. The camera opens on an aerial shot. It's a city somewhere in California, reds and oranges and yellows, sort of dipping down below the horizon. It seems like it's maybe afternoon, probably early evening, as our camera from this aerial shot zooms in on a school bus. We get a sort of side view of the school bus. You can see it says San Dimas High School along the side. A couple shots in the window of probably about maybe 20 or so kids talking, throwing paper balls, paper airplanes. There's one couple making out kind of in the very back. As a title flashes on screen, Don't Touch That Dial, in blood red dripping font. Our camera goes from this aerial shot to the inside of the bus as we scoot back, passing various seats and getting sort of a nice look at everybody on the bus when our camera focuses on a girl. Juniper, why don't you go ahead and describe what you're doing on this bus ride?
Juniper's not really paying attention to everybody here. She's concentrating on the information she's trying to gather for the story she's writing right now. So she's got a book on myth open up on her lap, and she's just got her nose in it. So she's completely tuned out everyone around her. She's just there reading.
And what book are you reading?
She's reading a book on Greek mythology right now.
A classic. The camera pans away as a paper ball hits you in the back of the head as we look at someone. Go ahead and describe yourself, Mila.
Mila, she is a small, let's say petite girl, and she has her hair always pinned up in a ponytail. She is, I guess, your typical daddy's girl. Her father is a police officer, so she likes to take after him and is definitely watching everyone in their bad behavior.
And as Mila is scanning the bus, shooting daggers at anyone who seems to be breaking a rule, which is pretty much everyone at this point, you can see that she has locked eyes with one girl in particular. Roxy, why don't you go ahead and describe yourself for us?
Roxy is on the seat. She's got her arms braced on the two top of the seat, and she's chatting with like 5 other people that are like across the bus. And she's got her varsity jacket on from lacrosse team and got the California logo or whatever on her jersey. And yeah, she sees Mila and she gives her a little wink and she keeps talking with the rest of the group.
Can I do a scoff? Like, ugh, whatever.
Absolutely. We love to start the lesbian drama early. As we move from Roxy over to a gentleman who's got a little bit of a shocking appearance. Vince, why don't you go ahead and describe yourself?
Yeah, Vince is kind of laying on the window of the school bus, which everyone would probably have assured him that he's not supposed to do. And you kind of see all over his face, over his arms, even like down to his neck, he has white sort of paint in the kind of design of voodoo. And as he's sort of leaning back, he has this video camera that he sneaked into the school bus, and he's kind of recording around the bus.
Sneak onto the school bus is a lovely way of phrasing that, because I'm just imagining like a smaller shoulder-mounted one. I did forget to mention the year. This is 1986. No smartphones, no AI, no Apple Watches, just good old-fashioned VHSs, floppy disks, over-the-shoulder camcorders, the works. But yeah, I'm imagining one of those smaller...
it's like one of the smaller ones, yeah.
I'm just imagining you like throwing a coat over it and walking on the bus. Like, just the most obvious. Anyways. Our camera focuses on the last, but certainly not least, member of our cast. Wiz, why don't you go ahead and describe kind of where you are, what you're doing on this bus?
Probably, I guess, a seat in front of Vince, and I'm just kind of talking to whoever's listening. Is like, and that's why Betamax is probably going to be the one format of the future. I mean, genuinely, when you look at the quality of it versus VHS, it just, there's no comparison. And I'm like fiddling with something that might be drug related in my hands while I'm doing this.
Maybe a thin strip of paper, a little bit of oregano inside.
Yes, we stole this from home ec class. You know, you gotta mix your spices just right. And then, you know, you're gonna have yourself a really great dinner. And I hand it off to whoever paid for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Money changes hands as you see the buses kind of continuing moving down that lovely, lovely California traffic. As you kind of hear at the front of the bus a teacher sort of standing up. All right, everyone, can I have your attention? Guys, hey, gotta quiet down for a second. I'll be real quick. This teacher, you all know him. His name is Mr. Hoffner. He is probably a early to mid-30s, kind of tan skin, mustache, slightly curly hair. He's got that sort of aviator glasses on. Good-looking guy, kind of fit. Sort of a newer teacher at San Dimas High School. All right, guys, listen, just wanted to let you all know that we're going to be heading to the TV studio soon. You know, make sure that you get off the bus. Make sure you stay with your assigned buddy. We gotta give a big hand to the one that helped organize all of this. Of course, the school wouldn't have been allowed if it weren't for, and he like checks his clipboard, Wesley's help in getting the school in contact with the TV studio. So when you guys get in there and get to see all that cool state-of-the-art stuff, don't forget to say hi and thank you to Wesley. All of you know Wesley. Wesley Brooks is his name. However, most people simply call him Wheezy on account of his severe case of asthma. Wheezy Brooks, as he's known, is perhaps the most bullied person at school. He is diminutive, coming in at 5'4" or 5'5", constantly wears suspenders and bow ties to class, and has spent more time inside of a locker than he has outside of it so far this school year. I did forget to mention we are in about late February, early March. It is a Thursday.
Ooh, so it's a chilly 70 degrees out.
It is a chilly 70 degrees out, yes. You're only down to, you've got a jacket on over top of your tank top, you know, in case of a breeze. Regardless, you all have a couple minutes on the school bus until you pull up to the San Dimas television studio. It's sort of a new kind of state-of-the-art facility. San Dimas has kind of grown in recent years, and has become populous enough to warrant its own TV station instead of broadcast. When people aren't busy giving Wesley swirlies, they're listening to him talk about his work as sort of a junior intern at the TV studio. Vince, you know Wesley from your AV club connections. He's a decent guy, if a little bit out there. But yeah, you all have a few minutes on the school bus. We're going to go in reverse order this time if anybody has any last-minute things they'd like to do in preparation for this after-school field trip. The time is about 4 o'clock when you're supposed to be arriving at the studio. You guys are going to get to watch the 6 o'clock evening news broadcast live in the studio. How lucky are you guys? But Wiz, if there's anything you'd like to do on the bus before it sort of pulls in, now's the time to do so. You got like 5-10 minutes.
I am looking for who or what might be a big enough distraction for Hoth that I can get away from the crowd. And I had other plans, but I was forced to go on this thing. Mm-hmm. I had other extracurricular activities that I wanted to do that I have rearranged to happen here.
That's correct.
But I need a way to get away.
That's correct, and I'm glad you brought that up because it is important for the audience to know that Wiz did not willingly sign up for this field trip. Wiz was supposed to be in detention tonight, but due to a shortage of teachers at the school, due to a nasty bug that's going around, winter flu and whatnot, they had to bring Wiz because they could not, under any circumstances, leave him alone in the school. They might as well burn the building down themselves. So you are looking for a distraction, correct?
Yeah, something that can just go wrong right out, like as we're getting close to 6 o'clock, that I can just slip away.
So you've got a few options, because the 5 of you are not the only students on the school bus. As I mentioned, there's about 20, and there's a couple that are known to you. Speaking of your sort of easiest mark, you've got Teddy and Barry Jablonski. They are, as the kids say these days, pure of heart but dumb of ass. They're a set of twins that have assisted you on a prank or two in the past, but aren't quite as smart as you, so their pranks are more, I brought a frog to school and threw it at someone, and that's the joke. They're good guys, at least for your line of work, but if you recruit them, Teach is probably going to know something's up.
No for the jabronis.
No for the jabronis, fair enough. There is Alfred the Jerk Gherkin. He is the terror of the school, sort of the number one bully. Football team captain, dumb as a pile of bricks, but what he lacks in intelligence, he makes up for in twice the muscle mass that a normal 18-year-old boy should have. Rumors abound that he's been held back 3 years to make sure the San Dimas high school football team continues to be state championships, but antagonizing him while likely to endanger your own life is certainly a good way to cause enough of a fuss that you might be able to slip away.
But it's not a fuss that I want to be in the middle of. This is going to need some finesse, so I'm not going with pickles.
Fair enough. Then your third option is a little bit of a wild card. Mohawk, as she is known. People honestly don't remember her real name anymore. Signified by her bright orange mohawk and several piercings on her face, is busy carving her name into the back of a bus seat. She's a pretty decent chickadee. You've certainly exchanged some illicit goods with her in the past, and it's a little more low-key than your other two options.
Might be the best way to go. I can probably pay them off with some extra product.
All right, absolutely. Are you going to wait till the bus kind of parks, or are you going to say something here on the bus?
If they're close enough, I'll kind of start a conversation. But if I got to wait till a little later, I can. Yeah,
let me explain. There are a few seats up, so you'd have to jump one or two over. I don't know how much attention you want to draw to yourself before you get off the bus, but I'll leave that up to you if you want to wait till you catch them as they're getting off the bus and you're all pooling around, or if you want to try to get the gears in motion now.
I'm going to wait, because if Hoff sees me collaborating with someone on the way there, that's going to be I'm going to be immediately on the radar.
Absolutely. Then we'll move up to Vince. Vince, is there anything you want to do as, again, the bus is a couple minutes out, getting ready to pull in for the field trip, or are you just recording things still?
Vince is kind of just recording. If there's someone sitting next to him every now and then, he'll kind of bug them a little bit. Hey, do you see anything here? Take a look at this lens. And he kind of pans the lens over to them and wants to kind of, inevitably go and look down. He's like, whoa. And he kind of scares them. He's like, whoa, head case almost dropped my camera. He kind of pulls away and goes back to recording people.
Tries to scare them. Where have I heard this before? God, that's so familiar.
Someone wasn't done playing.
Somebody was.
Someone was play. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, you've played the almost drop my camera game a couple times. You are seated next to Vince if you are going to hand him one, or if you're just going to keep sort of handing it out to your lesser classmates.
Vince is next to Vince.
So, I'm sorry, Vince is next to Wiz.
Wiz, gotcha.
Didn't I break 3 of those already?
Wait, 3 of those?
He's talking about your lenses.
You've handed me 3 cameras and I've broken all 3 of them. I don't know that this is a good idea on your part.
Look, if my old man has to go out of his pocket for another lens, all the better to me.
I too hate my father.
I think we'll just cut it at that line and shift over to Roxy. Roxy, how are you spending your last couple minutes on this bus ride?
You said there's like what? Oh, we're getting off at a TV station, essentially.
Yes, the San Dimas
TV studio?
Broadcasting Station, TV studio.
Alright, sick. She definitely has her look. Are we gonna be on TV?
No, so you're going to be... This is an educational field trip. You're going to be, like, watching the news. There's a chance, like, one person gets on as they're like, and we'd like to welcome, the San Dimas class of 1986, as everybody here is also a senior in high school, and here to speak a little bit about the high school, here's someone chosen at random. Probably not Wiz, let's be honest, or Voodoo Vince, due to the skull-based Dr. Facilier face paint. But, theoretically you could get chosen to be on the news. It's probably going to be Wesley, though. And then someone's going to beat up Wesley because he got on TV and they did.
Of course.
That'll probably be right.
So yeah, she's gonna go try to talk to the teacher and try to get her name on the list of being on TV. See if she can make some moves to make that happen.
Yeah, I'm going to say go ahead and let's have our first roll of the session because everything will be determined from here. Let's go ahead and I think we'll say an athletics and a dexterity to try to get up to the front of this bus. I think that feels fair.
Okay.
As the bus is sort of shifting and bumping along the road.
Could she get the teacher to come over to her? How far is he away from her right now?
He's a couple seats. You could yell and try to get him back here, but he might be a little mad if you're presenting.
Yeah, whatever. I'll try to get up there.
All right, yeah. Love the trying to eliminate a roll. That's good to see. All right, that is 2 successes. Yeah, absolutely. So you managed to kind of climb your way up to the bus. You are sort of dodging the occasional paper ball thrown. Vince is kind of looking at you a little cockeyed since you're choosing to move up the bus. And you managed to make it to like a seat or 2 behind where the teacher's seating. He kind of looks over, and for the audience at home, Alex rolled 2 successes. Roxy did a 9 and an 8. That's 2 successes. This was only a difficulty 1 challenge, which means that Roxy passed it. Roxy does have the option to change the scene a little bit to her liking with the extra success or do a stunt, but I don't believe there's any stunt that applies here. So once I present the scene, if at any point you need to change a detail, Roxy, please let me know.
Okay.
But as you sort of climb your way up to the school bus, you can see that Mr. Hoffner kind of looks back. Whoa, Roxy, I thought you were in the back. You're not supposed to move up the bus when it's in motion. Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. Actually, I wanted to find out if there's any opportunity for me to get on the news today. I want to be able to, represent our school. I think, I make a really good spokesperson for that. So, I would love to be on there.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a persuasion and a manipulation roll for me, please.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Persuasion and manipulation. All right. Well, we'll see how far this goes. Yeah, I didn't think that was
go. And that's no fails. Hey, that's okay. With that botched roll, you've got your first rewrite added to the rewrite pool. So congratulations.
Right. Hey,
How
wins
far?
a win, I guess.
How far is Juniper from this when this happens to her?
I imagine Juniper is pretty near the front of the bus, maybe like first 5 seats, and Roxy kind of passed you, so you're like within a seat or 2, I would say.
So I would overhear, obviously, or get shot down for this.
Yeah, so let me explain rewrites real quick, and then I'll explain that, and then you can kind of see. So rewrites for our audience at home are a limited shared resource by the group to pay for what's called cinematics. While the characters in our B-movie don't know that they're in one, we, the players, do. And once enough rewrites are accumulated, our lovable cast of characters can spend them to make the, shall we say, low-budget nature of the movie come through a little bit more. Whether it be a particularly cheap set providing them an avenue of escape or added safety, an actor having to walk off set due to terrible craft services, calling in their stuntman for a particularly difficult fight scene, or any number of other fun and whimsical effects. We'll be sure to note them when they come up, but enjoy in the meantime. Now, back in the film, you can see Mr. Hoffner kind of looks at Roxy. He kind of flashes you a quick smile. Well, it's kind of a random pool. We're going to put everybody's name together and kind of select from that. And the other teacher assigned on this field trip sort of turns her head. You're familiar with this teacher as well, as she is well known to be a canker sore that just won't retire. Her name is Mrs. Flobman. People assume she's anywhere from 90 to 400 years old. Wrinkly, very thin, those librarian glasses with the pearls that connect behind her neck. She is old as dirt and probably knew Moses back in her high school days. She sort of turns and looks. There's no special treatment for any kind of rugby star or whatever you play.
Yeah, Mrs. Flobman, love you too. All right, just think of me, and I'll walk back. I'll try to whatever.
Yeah, and
I'll
then
roll my eyes. It's not a big deal. It's whatever.
And then if Juniper, you wanted to chime in, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, I mean, I think I would have overheard that. I probably would have laughed a little bit when Roxy gets shut down. It's a little bit of a
Do I
smirk.
see
She's
you
walking
laugh?
back to her seat.
That's a good question.
Do I see your little smirk?
How well are you laughing / smirking?
I mean, I'm not laughing out loud, but I catch it, and I kind of laugh to myself.
Yeah, let's go ahead and... Juniper, why don't you go ahead and give me a composure and a integrity roll?
I've got no integrity.
Oh boy, let's see how this goes.
That's one success there.
It's not bad.
That is one success. That means that you did successfully hide your laughing from Roxy. So congrats on that. Yeah, Roxy, you just kind of walk past. Whoever this nerd is, you're not really paying a lot. I mean, this nerd. This is the nerd that does your homework, but you don't really care what this nerd thinks about whether or not you're going to be on TV. As you kind of walk back to your seat, you can hear Mr. Hoffman saying, "I don't move for the bus." Whatever. And we'll move to Mila. Mila, what are you doing on this bus ride?
I'm pretty sure I would have saw that commotion with Rocket Roxy trying to get on TV, and I would have seen them come back, and I would have been like, guess better luck next time. Sorry.
You got an in?
An in? What do you mean?
Yeah. Know how to work magic with the teacher in any kind of way. You're good with adults.
A little, but I mean, I guess what exactly is it that you want to be on TV for anyway?
Just trying to get my name out there, Scholarship's a big deal coming up. Gotta get my name out.
Well, I guess it is for a good cause if you do say scholarships.
Yeah.
I am a bit of a sucker for scholarship stuff. Well, maybe I can try. Can I give a little convincing to, what was the teacher's name?
Mr. Hoffner.
To Mr. Hoffner.
Yeah, if you want to go up and try to plead Roxy's case, you're close enough, you don't have to move. You can kind of just loudly talk a little bit. I'm going to say persuasion and a manipulation as well.
Okay, so I have one on each of those. So that means it's going to be just... If I have a 1 and a 1, it's just a 2 dice, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And clicking on the dice will walk you through the rolling process. All right. That is one success. So, talking it is sort of... So go ahead and... What are you going to say to Mr. Hoffner?
Mr. Hoffner, look, I know that, Rocket Roxy's not always the greatest at, expressing themselves, but I really think that we should give them a chance.
He kind of looks, he kind of puts his hand behind his neck. I mean, it's supposed to be random, but, well, to be fair, we didn't put everyone's name on the list because,
you see puppy dog eyes behind her.
There's a few people, but you're a good kid. I mean, are you willing to vouch for her, Mila?
I will look back at Roxy and give you the biggest glare of death eyes I've ever had in my life. You promise?
She'll give you
will
2 thumbs up.
Swear to me that you won't make me regret this.
Never.
On my life and my daddy's badge.
Okay. Didn't need to swear on your dad's badge, but sure. Yeah, okay. Will, and he kind of looks over at Mrs. Flobman, who is just... She might be dead. She's kind of very still, and then you watch her slowly blink as she's kind of taking the scene in. He kind of says, I'll consider it. Thank you for letting me know, Mila. As he sort of turns around, and Mr. Hoffner's kind of just looking over at Mrs. Flobman, seemingly to make sure she's not going to die on this bus trip.
Go San Dimas!
And then last but not least, Juniper, any last minute things you would like to do on this bus?
No, she's still just reading.
Okay.
She's just
Just
there.
wanted to- Got it. Make fun
She
of a
didn't give a
teammate
shit.
was the only thing that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
No problem.
Time
Absolutely.
well spent.
Mm-hmm. Time well spent. I agree.
Well
I
spent
agree.
For the nerd.
Question.
Yes.
Seeing Roxy and Columbo distracting the Hoth and the Incredible Flob, would I be able to talk to Mohawk?
Columbo.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have nicknames for everybody by the end.
I just want to give you a round of applause because that was maybe the greatest series of nicknames I've ever heard. I mean, that was amazing.
So advantage, right?
I mean, I'm willing to give you a +1 on that. That was crazy good. On your next roll, you can add an extra dice. Yeah, you can make your way up. I'm going to need the same, we're going to say dexterity and athletics roll to get up to where Mohawk is again. But yeah, unless you
Okay.
would like to prioritize stealth, in which case that will be a different roll.
I would like to prioritize stealth for the most
Okay,
part.
let's go ahead and we will do dexterity and we will do survival then.
Wonderful. This will not go well.
You only need 1. This is only a difficulty 1.
But wait, I get an additional dice? Is that the thing?
You do get, yes, you get to add additional dice because I absolutely love those nicknames.
Okay. Alright, so that's 2 successes, I believe.
Yes, that is correct. A 10 is 2 successes. So yeah, if you'd like to, as you kind of go over to Mohawk, you can change a detail about the scene, or if there's a stunt you want to use for survival, you can. I really doubt any are coming close to it.
Yeah, I
Or
don't
you're-
know. Can I bank
Yeah.
that for like a later thing or something?
So if you have a Joker stunt, otherwise you can bank it for changing a detail in the scene as it's happening.
Do I have a Joker stunt that I like?
It would only be the first one. It would only be the simple Joker stunt.
Okay. Again, for the question of banking, so I have the that's the joke thing. I can
Yes.
purchase stunt if you have a chance to speak before someone else's action. Would this count as like, because I want them to do something for me?
I would
So
say
can
yes,
I-
because I will have to take some kind of an action. So I will allow this stunt, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of do that, and if they roll, they can re-roll 9s as well as 10s for potential additional successes or something for whatever
Yeah.
I'm about to try to get them to do.
Yes, you have to tell a joke, though. So you have to work a joke into this conversation.
I feel like I just brought up the Incredible Flob and
You know what?
the Hoth.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you know what? That's all good. So you make your way over to Mohawk, kind of plop down next to her. She takes the knife out of the back of the seat that she has peeled a decent portion of while trying to spell out the word Mohawk. As she kind of looks over at you and is cleaning stuffing off the back of it. What's up, Wiz?
Switchblade, classic. I have a little bit of a transaction going on later today, and I might need you to make a little bit of a distraction as everybody's heading into the studio. Could you do that for me?
Now, when you say distraction, what are you talking about here? Because I'm not really looking to go back to juvie for any more stabbings. At least not today.
I don't know that I necessarily need bodily harm, but something that could get everybody maybe going in one direction while I slip out the other side. You know what I'm saying? Little 1-2
Okay.
switcheroo.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, yeah, I could
Okay,
maybe
do you remember? Hold on. Do you remember that time in the library with the Flob, where you did that one thing so that I could get that book out of the back section and then use that to deal with Hoff's other thing?
Yeah, I remember that. The old 1-2 switchery. Yeah, I get
Something
what you're
along
saying.
that line. Nothing crazy, but like definitely draws attention.
Yeah, no problem. I think I can make that work.
All right, your next 2 orders free.
Nice. And she like goes in for the handshake hug. And she kind of stops herself before doing it because she remembers she has her switchblade out, and then kind of puts it back and just settles for a high five.
All right. Thank you for remembering that. And I head back to wherever I'm going.
Yeah. And with that, as you kind of just make it back to your seat, the school bus pulls in at the San Dimas Broadcasting Station, the SDBS, or the SDTV, depending on if you're hip. This is a kind of small building. It's like 2.5 stories. You can see there are windows kind of going out the backside, but most of them are blacked out to sort of prevent light from going in. Most of them have shades kind of drawn down. And you can see that everybody is kind of starting to file off of the bus. There is what looks like a well-dressed man in a suit waiting as all of you kind of get outside. Hoff is sort of doing the quick teacher count, making sure everybody's getting off the bus properly. Flob is leaned up against the bus. She might be dead. Again, very still, sort of just standing there like a statue as the children sort of file off the bus, all of you. As you all kind of group up, you can see that you recognize this guy. He is Cody Lamont. He's the male news anchor for the 6 o'clock San Dimas News. He's greeting you all with kind of his trademark smile and wave. Hey kids, great to see all of you. Who's ready to learn about TV? And no one cheers, and no one says anything. Silence. And there's pure silence.
Stare.
And
we knew it was up.
You see him pump his fist. All right, let's go on. Head inside. And you watch as Mohawk gives you a thumbs up as sort of Hoff and Flob kind of start moving the rest of the group. As Mohawk turns around and stabs the bus tire a bunch. There's a loud bang as the knife goes flying out of Mohawk's hands, and she screams, claiming that somebody shot the bus tire. Everybody sort of turns and looks at it in mild shock and concern. Hoff kind of looks at who called it out and sort of deeply sighs. Mohawk, did you stab the bus tire? No, I didn't. No, I don't even have my knife on me. And he sort of goes over, and you can see that Flob is standing still, but is slowly moving her way over there. What would you like to do, Wiz, with your newfound chance at freedom?
Sneak away.
Excellent.
To the specified location that me and my contact agreed upon at the last minute.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and say, I think we'll go ahead with that same survival and dexterity, I think. You know what? Let's go with larceny and dexterity. Larcenies could be sneaking too. That feels more in line.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn.
Wow, dude.
I am very practiced.
Hey, you're in.
He's
Hey,
good
man,
at
you're in charge of the scene. Do whatever the hell you want. That is 4 successes.
As everybody is running to go see the thing, I do say, well, she did not stab a person, so that's something. This is progress. And unnecessarily, I do a backflip through into the bushes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I am gone.
So what happens is the camera, it cuts the.
To be clear, I have a stunt double for this that does it much better than the actor actually could. And you can notice that despite the fact, hang on, 1 second. I gotta look this up.
You've grown a foot taller and have gained about 30
I'm actually
pounds of
shorter.
muscle.
Hang on.
Oh my bad.
So despite the fact that my character is a 18-year-old white man, or a white kid, he's actually my stunt double is a 35-year-old Asian man named Al Leong, who you may know, for those of you movie fans, may know as Candy Bar Guy from Die Hard. He'll be in a few years later.
This is his first role. He's just breaking onto the scene. So the camera cuts to the group shot. The camera cuts to Mohawk arguing with Hoff. The camera cuts back, and without having shown him moving, now out of focus in the back is the Asian 35-year-old man stunt double of Wiz, who is backflipping his way into the bushes while everyone is distracted.
Backflips, and then when we cut to the bushes, I just jump down as if I had just done that. Like, ha! And then I keep going around the building.
Yes, yeah, excellent. You're heading into the back of the building. The rest of you, as sort of Hoff takes Mohawk and just kind of grabs it, like, we'll deal with it when we get back to the school. Well, if we get back to the school, and sort of leads you all in with Chip, sort of just giving a, oh man, what a turn of events! Oh, that's good TV right there, and sort of leads you all inside the wonderful San Dimas Broadcasting Station. Sort of leading you into the building, there's a small kind of outer office area. This is more of a waiting room more than anything else. And you can see there is a secretary, mildly attractive woman in her late 20s, excuse me. Looks like she got graduated not graduated. Looks like she probably started working here right out of high school and has been here for a couple of years, at least working as a secretary. She's got that kind of practice look about her. Neat, sharp pair of glasses, plain looking dress, kind of typing away at what you can see is a computer, one of those big old block bricks, typing away at a memo or God knows what. She kind of smiles. Hi, Chip. Welcome. Or hi, Cody. Welcome back in. Hi, kids. Welcome to our studio. I hope you enjoy learning how TV gets made. She kind of smiles and gives a wave as Cody continues to lead you in to the first floor of the studio.
Can I stop and say hi to her?
Yeah, absolutely.
You said she has like a little desk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm definitely gonna like lean on it and be like, so how long you been working here? You look I haven't seen you around.
She kind of looks a little confused at you. I'd be surprised if you had seen me around. I've never seen you before. I've been working here for about a year or two. Nice to meet you, Stella. Hoffner is kind of looking over at you as the rest of the class kind of gone into the first floor. Roxy, what the hell are you doing?
just talking to this wonderful lady that seems like she gets a lot done here. Probably helps you guys run this whole place.
Well, I certainly do. I don't like to brag or anything, but I'm kind of the heart and soul of this TV studio. Wait, you're in a field... Get in there!
You're a minor. What the hell?
No, she's 18.
Hey, have you ever
I
seen
know.
minors flirt with, like, teachers? I saw them all the time in my high school. They were
What kind of high school did you go to?
I feel like you should be telling someone other than us about that.
Like, I don't know, the police.
The police? No, kids were flirting with the teachers, not the teachers flirting with students. It was always the opposite.
I don't remember kids flirting with teachers in my high school.
I guess you didn't have hot teachers like we did.
Oh, God.
This is going places it shouldn't.
Well, anyway.
This is a family
so going
show.
back to...
As
Roxy
Hoffner
follows
kinda,
in.
Yeah, as Hoffner kind of drags you back in. Stop flirting with the secretary. You are met with the following. As we move to floor 1. So the way that this studio is set up is as you kind of wander in from right about here. I'm pinging everyone. This is the front door here. And you've been led, there's a desk here that's just not shown, and you've sort of been led over to this door over here to the right. There is a staircase leading up to the second floor, and as you kind of bust through this door, you can see that there are several cameras set up. Again, as we're zoomed in here, this is a more modern day set. I would like to shout out where I got this map from. This is from Cthulhu Architect, a lovely Patreon that makes all kinds of wonderful maps like this. I recommend them. They're pretty great. But just pretend this is all 80s technology. As you can see, they've got some green screen. This is the first floor, which is set up for more of a morning talk show. This is sort of a general purpose sound stage. So for the moment, it's set up for a talk show, but you can see there are several kind of random props in the corner. Voodoo Vince, you recognize one of them from some late night TV. Wiz, you might recognize this as well.
I am not here.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Voodoo Vince, you recognize this as a...
flipped away.
That's correct. You recognize some of these set pieces as from the General Shockula's Dive-In Theater, which is a midnight movie television show. There are some rubber skeletons and spider webs stacked in the corner. You can see that there is a makeshift stove and oven set for a cooking show. this is sort of the general purpose soundstage for recording different shows and whatnot. Cody is sort of taking you around. We've got our cameramen here, hey, they're the guys that they got the eye for talent. Let's just making sure they get my best angle. Of course, I don't have any bad angles. Am I right, kids? And he points up. So the way this is set up is there are rooms back here.
We're not going to point out the fact that no one said anything when he said that. Right, kids?
Listen, he's...
Moving on!
Flew right over Roxy's head. She's not interested in dudes.
She's still thinking about the secretary from 10 minutes ago.
She's heavy on the secretary.
Mm-hmm. Roxy's going all in on dating the secretary. As the class is sort of moving around, he's pointing out there isn't a second floor, so to speak, but the way that this building is set up is that the floor is kind of split into this bottom part here with the rooms, some of which you can't see yet, but will be sort of walked over to shortly, and sort of just an overhang. You can see a lot of wires kind of running up poles up to the second floor, and based on the big bulky bricks and whatnot, you can assume that's sort of the data center, or rather the control hub of this TV show, making sure everything's getting broadcast out properly. You can see there are some seats over here. This is where you're going to be watching from, right here. These sort of chairs here. Well, if you were watching The Daily Show, this is for obviously the live studio audience. He kind of walks you through pointing out cameras. Go ahead, and anyone that's interested can go ahead and give me a roll for, let's go with technology and intellect. Anyone that would like to. You don't have to. It's not a requirement, but if you want to, you can.
Yeah, Vince definitely would.
Is this to kind of like get a feel for like the technology that's all around us? Like kind of just wanting to get more...
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, sort of acclimating yourself to the studio environment.
Juniper's
Yeah,
good. One, two.
1. Success.
4 successes for Juniper.
Excellent. 4 successes for Juniper. Okay, Juniper's, I think, hacking, because we tested that earlier. 1 success for Vince, and Roxy to give it a shot. 1 success for Roxy. Mila, no desire to roll. Oh, no, there it is. Mila with 3 successes. Very good. So, as you all are kind of walking through the studio, number 1, you're kind of getting a feel for the technology. Vince, you obviously know this is similar to what the AV Club has at San Dimas High, except far more advanced. You recognize sort of the cameras, the different angles, the lights, how they're positioned and whatnot. Whether or not you could work it, it might take a little bit of practice, because this is not necessarily higher tech, but far more advanced than your rinky-dink handheld one. The rest of you, and Vince included, are quickly realizing that you're not sure why the hell Cody was placed in front of this tour, because none of what he's saying about the technology makes any sense. You're not sure this man has ever actually looked at a camera before. He is rattling off about how the electricity helps to power the glass, and there's like a charge across it that helps the recording device inside draw the picture fast enough. He sounds like an absolute moron. He clearly was not hired for any type of brain power. But he sort of guides you through. He sort of takes you back into this sort of staging area. You can see there are cameras, lenses, headphones, the like, just waiting to be used or brought out. As he sort of takes you back over to this area over here, points out the bathrooms to the side. These are a couple offices that he just sort of points out. There's a producer office. Both of these are producer offices over here and over here. Back here, yes.
Can Juniper point out to Mr. Hoffman all of the incorrect shit that this man is clearly telling us about? To be like, so far the only thing that he's told us that's right is where the bathrooms are. Are you sure we're gonna learn anything here tonight?
Hoffner kind of looks at you and he's like, yeah, no, I mean, it's just good to see it at least. I mean, right? There's nothing. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it, Juniper. It'll be okay.
Okay.
I mean, you might not learn anything, but you've seen your classmates, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna pick up anything anyway. Either way, so.
Well, it's my job to try. As his eyes sort of look over at Roxy, who you can tell is miles away thinking about literally anything else.
She's got her arms crossed. She's kind of just staring out, like, yeah, this is so interesting. She's so very much not engaged.
So he takes you to the pop in the green room, walks back out through these doors, and then takes you back down here as you pass the talk show set. Well, not back down there. He takes you back over across this way. This is, again, the area for the desk outside, as he then goes up to the spiral staircase to take you up to the second floor where the magic happens, as he so aptly puts it. We're gonna
The magic happens?
yeah, we're gonna
Interesting choice of phrase for our Cody boy.
we're gonna go ahead and cut back outside to Wiz.
Cody definitely
who
thinks
is-
all of this is magic.
That's good. Yes. Yeah, that's a very, very good explanation. Yes.
A wizard did it.
If anybody notes any inconsistency with the podcast, please know that a wizard did it. Anyways, we cut back out to Wiz. Wiz, now no longer a 35-year-old Asian man, is hiding in the bushes as sort of the class goes back inside. What are you doing?
I am looking for my contact. Now, I don't know if I have to use the tropes I know a guy, but I know a guy, and he's getting me stuff that I need for later.
If you're gonna make so you don't have to necessarily use that trope, because you can use that if you're trying to like find someone later. You clearly have set this up in advance. So what are you getting from this guy? And sort of where did you tell him you'd be? Back of the building, front of the building?
Well, originally we were supposed to meet in a vacant lot somewhere downtown, but this whole thing happened very quickly that I was told I wasn't allowed to go home. So I told him to meet me behind the station at the designated time. So hopefully he got the change in time and we're good to go.
So you watch as a car speeds up the hill as it sort of pulls into the front. It kind of slows down, pulls into the front of the station, and then you watch it sort of awkwardly pull behind the station. It is a beat up old Cadillac that it looks more rust than car.
Do I recognize it?
Yes.
Like, this is my guy?
This is your guy.
Okay, I go up and it's like, all right, you found the spot. Good. Do you got the stuff?
Yeah, I got the stuff. What do you need something like this for anyways? This was pretty hard to get.
I know. Customs and whatnot it's a pain in the ass, but easier for you to do it than me. So I want to take a look at the stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It is high quality stuff.
Am I seeing it? Is it high quality stuff?
It is high quality stuff, yeah.
All right. The agreed upon price, and I hand him a wad of cash.
He pockets it, sort of takes it back into his car. Pleasure doing business with you.
As always. See you next week.
See you then. You hear the car his horn does La Cucaracha as he's backing out, and then you watch it speed down the hill as you are kind of left back outside this building.
All right, it's a little bit big, but I'm going to stuff it into my backpack and try to rejoin everybody.
Okay, go ahead and give me I'll give you a choice. Let's do a larceny and cunning or a larceny and composure, whichever is lower.
Composure is a little lower.
Okay, I would say larceny and composure. Oh, 2 successes. Very good. So you manage to kind of walk. This is a difficulty 2, so you're good to go. No additional successes, but nothing negative happens. You manage to kind of time it just right as you're you basically walk back around the building, sort of push in. You see the secretary, you kind of flash her a smile as she kind of starts to look a little confused. She looks like she's about to ask the question, but you sort of quickly barge through the door. And you happen to get lucky enough that sort of just as the class is going by up the staircase, you are just able to quickly rejoin them. You can see that Hoff is a little bit too busy talking to Juniper, and both of them are looking over at Roxy to notice that you have not been here for the past 15 minutes of this tour.
Excellent. I blend in.
All right. So they continue up the spiral staircase. They pass the second floor kind of stop off where you could get onto the mezzanine. As they sort of take you up to the third floor, you can hear Cody talking. We don't want to touch any of the sensitive equipment for the talk show. We're only going to be looking at the ones that get the news ready as it happens, because it takes a lot of work to make this face news ready. Am I right, kids? Moving on.
Pure silence.
Can I look at the sensitive equipment that he's talking about?
Yeah, so it's on the second floor. Yeah, if you want to poke your head in real quick, you can.
Yeah, I'll poke my head in.
Yeah, it's
the most interesting thing so far.
Yeah, so everybody should be seeing it now. Basically, staircase, it leads over there. There's doors. You can kind of see across this, because again, this isn't like closed off. There are several of the big, bulky not TVs, computers, several wires crisscrossed all over the place, keyboards. You can see some equipment you don't recognize. Some nerd probably would know, but it's not important to you. A lot of it looks valuable, sensitive, and or bright and shiny. So make of that what you will.
Ooh. What looks the most valuable that I could pick? I could grab real fast.
There are a couple of so you'd have to, so it wouldn't be fast because you have to get all the way from here over to here, and they're not going over that way, so you would be breaking away from the group.
Okay, and I feel like I am I'm like too far into this group. That sucks.
You should have gone with Wiz.
Well, do I see Wiz around?
Yes,
I have returned.
Yeah, well, so as far as you know, Wiz has been here the whole time, but you do see Wiz. He's sort of making himself super visible to like bring attention to the fact, like, I was here the whole time. But
this is fascinating, Mr. Chip.
Cody, but thank you. I appreciate that. And your name is, my friend?
Gerald.
Gerald, excellent, Gerald. You look like you've got the makings of a TV star. Let me tell you, I can tell. Doesn't he look like he has the makings of a TV star, kids?
Do I hear anyone mutter America's Most Wanted?
You do now.
Can I go over to Wiz?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go over to you, Wiz. Like, make my way over and be like, all right, I bet you $2 that you'll get caught, or you won't get caught. I don't know. Can you choose $2? I haven't thought of
I'm just standing there. I'm just standing there as you're like stuttering. I'm like, I'm sorry, are you talking to me? What's going on?
Hey, Alex, I just want to let you know you're nailing it.
I'm gonna lean into you, Wiz, and be like, I bet you $2. If you get in there and grab something cool, I'll give it to you.
So
And
by
I'm
bet
like-
you mean pay.
Yeah. If you don't
Make it 10.
If you don't make it, you don't get $2.
Make it 10. I understand how a transaction works, Roxy. I do them all the time.
Hey, I'm just laying out the groundwork for you so you understand the deal. All right.
So you want me to do something in exchange for money. I understand it. I think I've understood it pretty well so far.
Mila would like everyone to know that $2 in 1986 was generous for any of our listeners that weren't alive then.
Yeah, and 10 would be even better.
How about $2 and a stick of gum?
How about no dollars and I go to the
And
bathroom?
it's juicy fruit. Wiz, you so lame today. Whatever, man. All right. If he's like trying to hustle me, I'll just be like, whatever, and just follow.
What are you looking for anyway?
I'm just trying to
They
have
have
fun.
souvenirs out front.
I'm just trying to have some fun.
The secretary does have a couple Sandy Mist Broadcasting Station t-shirts. If you want to look like a total geek, that is.
No, I want the exclusive thing that you can't touch in the room that they won't let us in. Why would I go for the t-shirts downstairs that I have to pay for? It's fine.
Roxy,
If you can't
How
do
long
it,
have
you
we
can't
known
do
each other?
it. It's fine.
No, Roxy, how long have we known each other?
A couple years. Give or
Okay,
take.
then if I taught you anything, I should have taught you this. If you're gonna steal something, and I look towards wherever like the green room and like the personal offices of the on-screen talent are, I'm like, take something that they can't replace.
Am I in earshot of this?
We can make a roll to see if you are. If you would like to.
She's like,
Yeah.
actually, we're not stealing shit today, guys.
Yeah,
All right.
let's go ahead and let's go with integrity and presence. I think feels good.
Okay, so I have 1 dot on integrity and 2 on
Yes.
presence,
So
right?
that's going to be 3 dice rolled.
Okay, so then I should put a +1 on presence, right? That's the one I have 2.
No. If you click on the dice, it will roll it automatically.
Oh.
So you click on the
either
dice.
one of them until I go to your presence, and then you can select the second one. It'll pull it up.
Yes.
Right. And then, okay. And it says how many additional dice. So you don't put any.
0. Yeah, you don't put any. That would be like
okay.
when Adam made that all those nicknames for people.
My bad.
That's why he got one. No, you're fine. We're all learning.
You got to start coming up with the nicknames.
Above all else, this is a podcast for homoerotic drama. But behind that, this is a learning podcast.
Informational and educational.
Actual role playing probably comes in at like a distant 4th in this podcast. Homoerotic drama, learning, comedy, and then actual role playing. Those are some successes. I would say even with them trying to whisper, that feels like a success. So go ahead. You've overheard Wiz, who is, I don't know if you're necessarily trying to hide it, because literally everybody on Earth that knows you're going to try to steal something from this place.
I would have seen Roxy probably like approaching, and I would have been like, oh god, why is she going towards Wiz?
Please let this be a normal field trip with the Wiz. No way.
Not a chance.
Stop.
Shit, now
Stop
he
it.
gets a +1 to his roll. Son of a bitch.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Oh my god, down in front. Anyway, so I'll just like kind of be like, oh god, Roxy cannot be getting in trouble. And she totally promised me that she would not get into any trouble here. That's why she wanted me to have Mr. Hoffner put her on TV. I need to put a stop to this before she destroys herself. And then I'll go and approach Roxy. Roxy, I think I overheard you wanting to take something. Is that what I'm overhearing?
Oh, it's just like a bet, you know how bets work.
Bets can totally ruin your life. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right, Mila. Oh my god, I don't know what I was thinking. I just was gonna, do something crazy today, and I did totally say I wasn't gonna do something because you helped me out back there. Ugh.
Glad I
So
could be of
bummed.
assistance.
Yeah,
And
you're
then
so
I'll leave
smart.
her be. Or leave her, sorry. Leave her be.
Anyway, Wiz. So, you gonna do it?
I was about to be like, oh, should I play a card real quick?
Come. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say my quip. Come on, it'll be fun.
So natural.
So this. I love the idea of Mila and Rocket having a conversation, and then just Roxy turning back and completely unprompted to Wiz. Come on, it'll be fun. after Wiz already agreed to go on to steal something with them. So, for our listening audience, what Roxy has just done is known as a quip. It's a fun mechanic in this game where you have to read lines off like a Marvel actor. He's right behind me, isn't he? Roxy has tried to insert a quip ever so naturally into a conversation, and now we all get to vote on whether or not that quip worked. Audience, what do we think?
I give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up from Vince.
Oh, are we supposed to clap?
Thumbs up clapping from Mila, sure. Juniper and Wiz, what about you two?
Oh, that was good.
Good? Yep. Wiz?
I think your timing needs a little bit of work, but it is perfectly appropriate. I'll give you a thumbs up.
All right, so as we have now successfully resolved a quip, Roxy, you get one of two benefits. Number one, the one you get regardless, you get to add a dice to your next roll. So whenever it asks for any additional dice, make sure to put one in. And please write that down. I'm not going to keep track. Number two, if you want to, you can either trade that quip in for another one, or you can keep it in an attempt to use it again later for enhanced benefits.
I'm gonna keep it. I kind of like
You're
it.
going to keep it. Okay, absolutely. Please make a note somewhere on your character sheet that you have quipped with, come on, it'll be fun once. So the group has sort of made up the staircase. They've just been kind of milling about this area. Cody has sort of popped his head in and has finished talking as you all have this conversation, and is now leading you into the news studio. You can see that this is very similar to the talk show set downstairs, but a little bit more focused. There's no extra props lying around. Pretty much all cameras, wires, everything seems focused on making this news desk that you can see as bright and official and impressive as possible. You can see there's another mezzanine up here with that same sort of control room overlook, and you're kind of walking through and seeing the same. There are producer offices and a green room on this floor as well, and bathrooms as well, leading up to the 4th floor where you can see what look like dressing rooms for the on-screen talent. Vince and Juniper, how have you two been? Is there anything you guys have wanted to do on the field trip? Because I want to check in with you.
Yeah, Vince was actually looking forward to this field trip. You know, he signed on. He's all into AV stuff, and he's very disappointed that Chip sucks. But he kind of says to himself, "Why did I expect anything different?" As he kind of is looking around, seeing all the expensive equipment, and kind of waiting for a moment to kind of step away and do his own research.
Yeah, if you want to try to step away, I think now is probably the time to do so. Or do you want to wait until you're up in sort of more of the control room area?
Yeah, he wants to get into the control room and then be the kid that kind of stays behind. You know, they're like,
got it. Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Juniper's just still standing around. She's completely bored. There's a whole reason she's wearing her with stupid shirt today. Nothing but stupidity around her, and she's not at all surprised that this guy is completely devoid of any real intellect or personality.
Have you been positioning yourself to be near certain people? And if so, who?
Not really. She's avoiding them.
Okay. Checking in with some of our other classmates, you can see that Teddy and Barry have been mostly talking to each other the whole time, and you don't think that they have paid attention to a single thing going on. You're not even sure they know that they're in a television studio right now. They are in their own twin world. As you kind of are looking at some of the other kids on the field trip, Mohawk has actually taken a little bit of an interest in the things kind of around. She has asked a question or two that Cody was completely incapable of answering, but bullshitted an answer up to. It's kind of interesting to see her, involved in something that's not stabbing. Alfred, the jerk, is mostly been looking like he wants to hit something, which worries all of you for the next time he's alone with someone. To mention a few others that didn't get brought up because they would not help Wiz with his scheme, there are 2 other notable students on the field trip besides some of your average everyday high school students. Number 1 is Veronica Cooper. She is sort of the school's queen bee in a way. You're kind of friends with her, at least know of her, Mila. Whether or not you're friends probably depends on the day, but she is sort of a similar kind of girl's girl, goody two-shoes. Pretty nice. She's not really mean or anything, but she likes people to know she's in charge. And as you all are kind of approaching the staircase up to the final section, you are met with the final student sort of on this field trip, the one and only Wheezy Brooks himself, dressed head to toe in his normal bow tie and suspenders and plaid shirt, high-waisted pants, just as geeky as possible. The urge to shove him in a locker intensifies greatly in all of you. Except maybe Juniper. But even then, Wheezy is just one of those guys that has a very punchable face. He nearly bumps into Cody as he's coming down the staircase. Looks like he's carrying a stack of documents. Oh, Mr. Lamont, I'm so sorry. Oh, and my classmates are here. Salutations, my fellows. It's so great that y'all could make it. And he reaches into his pocket, pulls out an asthma inhaler, and takes a quick wheeze in. We're just about ready to get on the new. Well, I mean, I have to finish the tour, but whenever you're done, you can absolutely. I gotta get these papers to the produce, and he just leaves. He has dropped several papers and he's on the verge of
pass
this
out.
Group social interaction. You see Cody kind of look at the group. Who was that guy? And then. Oh,
no, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Did you actually? I was so used to nobody responding. Did you
No one
actually want to?
answered Cody.
Did you want to say
Mila was
something?
gonna help
Cody?
him out.
Vince is gonna raise his hand. Oh yeah, I think Weeze needed me for something. Mind if I go after him?
He kind of looks at Hoffner, and Flob is You haven't actually seen Flob take steps, but she's been with the group the whole time. She's got that
slowly dying.
Yeah, she's got that.
She's
Almost like
floating.
she's. Yeah, no one's seen her move, but every time you look around, she's with the group.
Oh no, they didn't input the walking animation for her.
She's T-posing. Or she's A-frame. But as they're kind of looking around, Hoffner kind of looks, and he kind of looks at Flob and looks back. He kind of shrugs his shoulders. We do kind of, if you want to go look after Wheezy, go ahead. Or Wesley, sorry. Just
No, you're right the first time.
Hey, we don't bully other students, Vince. That's not cool.
No, he probably does need some help. Hey, Vince, you should go check with Wheezy, make sure his blood sugar isn't low, and I hold a brownie out to him.
You're right. The guy takes a brownie. It's like, it happens every single school trip. I mean, the dude can't handle by himself.
I mean, he has to skip lunch to be here. Not good for his blood sugar.
It's the worst. And he kind of like walks off if nobody stops him.
They kind of look. Go ahead. Okay, so Vince is the only one, or not Vince. Vince and Wiz, you're the only two leaving, correct? Or is anybody else trying to leave with Wheezy and them?
I mean,
You
I'll
said
go,
that-
but
You said that he dropped something, right?
He dropped some papers. You're not sure if they're important or not.
I kind of want to look at that. I mean, I wanted to follow him, but I don't really want to follow Wiz and Vince because I'm going to probably catch him doing something they're not supposed to.
Okay, so all right, yeah, you can grab the papers on the ground, absolutely. Okay, so Vince is going. I'm so sorry, Wiz, I misunderstood. I thought you said you were going with him. But yeah, Vince wants to. Vince is pretty much good to kind of go after Wheezy. We'll check back in with him in a moment. Mila, kind of looking at the paper, you kind of take a quick scan over it. It looks like an accounting form.
Can I look over her shoulder too?
I would say unless Mila is actively trying to hide this, you're fine too. Mila, are you trying to hide this or are you keeping it open?
As a detective, I would probably be trying to keep it on the low down.
Okay, so Mila, go ahead and roll your cunning and your, we'll say, larceny in trying to hide this.
Oh,
and
gosh.
then Roxy, we'll do your cunning and your, probably your larceny as well.
Oh, good.
Okay, we've got no successes for Mila. That's a shame.
Oof.
And
Oh,
no
No
successes.
successes.
And a botch from Roxy. So Roxy, congrats. You do get to add 2 rewrites. Actually, between the 3 of you failing these rolls, that is 3 rewrites added to the pool.
Hey.
oh,
nice.
nice.
Now,
Ooh,
what ends
that's a
up
win.
happening is just sort of a comedy of errors. Let me add these in before I forget.
Just to look at these
Basically,
papers.
Mila very obviously kind of bends over and is loudly rustling the paper as she does it. So, Roxy, you sort of absentmindedly shove your way through the crowd and try to lean over. Wiz, perhaps sensing an opportunity for a joke, or maybe it was just a random person who didn't get a good look, bumps into you and you kind of topple into Mila, and sort of the two of you fall over as the paper flutters to the ground off to the side. You two will have to get up and grab it again to read it, as you two are currently entangled on the ground.
Oh, this has to be one of those like romance cheesy parts, okay?
The music is slowed as you two are staring into each other's eyes.
Yeah,
Vince, you just hear the sound of a loud slam as you're walking down the hallway away from the scene.
Oh man. Mind getting off, maybe, Roxy?
Oh,
She's trying to.
So sorry.
I knew that was coming.
Oh my god, I just got it. Oh my god.
I don't want to have to. I think I'm going to have to award Adam another +1 going forward.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Don't Touch That Dial on the Broken Dice Podcast. We hope you enjoyed it and will come back next week as we continue the adventures of our troublesome teens. Check out some of our previous campaigns and our new episodes every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Spotify. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on our social media pages. Links in the description below. We'll see you soon.